The largest Litecoin Treasury company
in the world.
That's the plan.
Hi everyone, Fraser Matthews here, President and CEO of Netcoins. Excited to bring to you another incredible interview. Today we're joined by Zayn Kalyan. He's the Executive Chairman of the Board for LUXFOLIO and a partner with Altus Capital. Thanks for coming on. So Zayn, tell us, what's the biggest problem that LUXFOLIO is solving for crypto treasury and its investment clients today?
Yeah, so the crypto treasury business is a pretty interesting one. It's an interesting business model in that our goal is to grow our crypto reserves as fast and scale as fast as we possibly can, increasing the Litecoin or crypto or whatever that your digital asset may be per share, creating accretive value for our shareholders. But it is an interesting business model in that we are functionally in the business of raising more capital and further deploying that. And I'd say that our goal is adoption. We're trying to drive adoption of a specific digital asset, in our case, Litecoin, which we believe has significant value, significant potential to be a core part of, call it, exchange of value in our society.
And online, deep focus on X, you're known as Zaylor. You've been really focused on building this Litecoin Treasury strategy. What drove that decision and how are you executing on it?
Our core goal is driving adoption. And to drive adoption, we do need to kind of these bridge cases and these bridge scenarios. And that's what crypto treasury companies functionally do, is they create this opportunity to bridge TradFi to DeFi or bridge TradFi to call it the digital assets. And I think we're slowly getting there. And I think as you the rapid adoption of treasury companies has really kind of coincided with the rapid adoption of stablecoins and some other kind of core technologies that I think will enable digital assets to really go mainstream and call it the next 12 months, which I think are going to be a really big kind of turning point or inflection point for the industry as a whole.
How does LuxFolio's partnership with Altus Capital, where you're a partner, help to expand your reach and give you more capabilities?
Yeah, so Luxfolio has been something that we've kind of been incubating, my partners and I, for a long time. And Altus Capital is functionally a merchant bank. It's an umbrella entity under which I kind of conduct my business. And having been invested and involved in the junior finance space for a fair amount of years, and then before that, actually being quite involved, I've to this day throughout that whole period been involved in called digital assets, mining a Bitcoin on a office computer in 2013, 2014, working on a licensed crypto exchange in 2017, 2018. It's really just kind of Altus is a great platform to be able to incubate these ideas, and LuxFolio is probably one of the latest manifestations of that. And we're pretty excited with the opportunity. Really saw a lot of potential with Litecoin specifically. And as treasury companies started to heat up in the market, started to kind of really develop, call it post-election, we really saw this opportunity to do something in the Litecoin space, which we'd kind of been working on for a little bit in the background.
Yeah, it's excellent to see the growth and the excitement you've been able to develop. I'm going to get into some quick hit questions for you here now. What's the most misunderstood aspect of Litecoin's role in the market?
Yeah, I think Litecoin has kind of flown under the radar for a long time. It was, it's often termed the original altcoin. If you look at CNBC, there's only 3 tokens that CNBC quotes on the bottom. That's Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And Litecoin has so many great advantages as compared to other digital assets. And we don't often like to kind of say it's better than Bitcoin, because I'd say that myself, my partners, a lot of, call it, Litecoin enthusiasts, people who are very long Litecoin, very involved in the Litecoin community, we all like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is kind of the gold, and we like to be considered Litecoin is the silver to gold. And there's obvious benefits to Litecoin, and that is more efficient, it's faster, it is cheaper in a lot of ways too, or more, call it, there's more value there. And I think all of those things really speak to it, but 100% uptime, the fact that it is used, like value per transaction, like it is used significantly for payments, significantly more than Bitcoin. All of those things really speak to its kind of, I think the misunderstandings when people look at it, they just think, oh, it's another one of these altcoins. And it really does have fundamental value that differentiates it from other digital assets. And I think there's been this big shift to proof of stake tokens over the past, call it 5-6 years. And you're starting to see the pendulum swing back with, call it, the rise in Bitcoin. And you're starting to see proof of work start to kind of get a little bit more attention, and the value of proof of work being a lot more attention to it as well. especially as the kind of U.S. regulatory landscape has evolved. The other thing, I'll just add this, I think that a lot of people has also flown under the radar, is misunderstood maybe, is is MWeb. So MWeb is a new is an advent that the Litecoin has kind of implemented over the past couple of years. It does allow private transactions, which is pretty unique, especially as compared to Bitcoin. And I think that also is probably a pretty good standout feature of Litecoin as well.
Excellent. And you've got a plethora of experiences over the years here. What's one lesson from your experience in digital asset strategy that you'd like to share with everyone?
Yeah, I'd say it's always to be persistent and to be patient. So digital assets have obviously gone through a number of cycles. We've seen a number of different trends. We've seen a lot of different kind of ways that things have evolved. But I think at the end of the day, our goal, or the way that I see digital assets having to evolve, is we're always just trying to get to that next level of adoption, and mainstream adoption really being the turning point. And I think there's a lot of things that have contributed to being there. So I'd say patience is probably key. There's people who kind of come in and out of it. They trade the trends, they trade the cycles. But I think for the people who've really been in it from the beginning and stay in it, they really do see the values evolved. And I think every day it feels like you're getting more adoption is being driven, and actually more use case. I think adoption, and then alongside that, we really are just trying to get true use case at the end of the day.
And with Luxfolio, how do you feel that you need to contribute to the ecosystem? Do you feel responsibility of helping to build out use cases, helping to promote the asset? Where do you think you fit in long term?
I think treasury companies hold a dual purpose. We serve kind of this role of driving awareness and adoption, and being kind of a treasury for the community. But I think also with that, being a treasury for the community means that we do owe the community investment. Like, part of our dual strategy is obviously building a robust treasury that we grow consistently, but then alongside that, being an engine for growth by giving back to the community in a number of different ways. That can be donating to the foundation, that can be investing in projects that are building on Litecoin. The treasury model is, I think it has evolved. I think when MicroStrategies started, it was just accumulating and hodling Bitcoin. That's evolved now to where you see these kind of more diverse companies that are more active in the ecosystem, more active in investing. We kind of sit adjacent to maybe the foundations or the original founders of specific digital assets, where we're a bank and a treasury for the community, and that's the purpose that we serve.
Oh, great answer. And shifting gears a little bit as well, we get to work with you guys, which is great. We get to learn a lot about not only Luxfolio, but go a bit deeper into Litecoin as well. And just want to ask, how is it working with Netcoins and Big Digital, and how have we helped to support you with your treasury and your growth?
Yeah, we've been super happy to work with Big Digital and Netcoins. They've provided us the on-ramp that we need. Being kind of a public company, there's obviously considerations with how we deal with custody and deal with a number of different things. And those are all evolving strategies for the company, for Lux. But at the end of the day, no, we couldn't be happier, and really great to work with a Canadian partner for sure. Definitely allows us to optimize how we deploy capital. And yeah, we're very happy to work with you guys as partners.
Yeah, we're thankful as well. So bold calls to action here. By 2026, Luxfolio will be known for blank.
The largest Litecoin Treasury company.
In the world?
In the world. That's the plan.
Amazing. And, lots going on online. Like I said, you're Zaylor on X, a lot of followers, a lot of great content coming out from your feeds as well. Where can people follow along for your progress?
Yeah, I encourage you to follow us on X, LuxFolio H on X/Twitter. You can probably find me from there. It's at PhillyJevs is my X account. But yeah, no, that's probably where we're the most active. You can find us on our website, LuxFolio.com. And then beyond that, our tickers, we are publicly traded, being a treasury company. You can learn more about us at our tickers LUXX in Canada on the CSE and LUXFF on the OTCQB.
Excellent. Well, thanks for the time today, Zayn. We really appreciate it.
Great. Appreciate it. Thank you for having us.